United Airways booking office.
Jack Stern, International Police, Washington. I have a business account with you.
Yes, Mr. Stern. I've found you. What can I do for you?
I need a seat on the next plane to London.
That would be the direct flight at 2:30 p.m., sir. Business class?
Definitely. And give me a seat next to the aisle. And a parachute.
Aisle seat, sir. I've made a note of that. That will be $2,500. Where should I send your e-ticket?
Send it to my email address.
The ticket's on its way. Please be at the check-in in Terminal 2 no later than 2 p.m. United Airways wishes you a pleasant flight.
Thanks. Okay, I've printed the ticket out. Good, so I'll pack up now and get out of here. All right then. Hello. My name's Jack Stern. You have a message for me?
Your passport, please, sir.
Sure.
Thank you very much. The password for receiving the message, please.
Password? Oh, yes. One moment. The password is 53 Alpha 2 Lima Whiskey 5.
Thank you, sir. This key was left for you.
Well then.
Have a nice day, sir.
I just can't get the autopsy report off my mind. Puzzling. So the doctors don't have a clue either. Who would have had a motive? He must have had enemies for sure. I'm gonna ask Bellico. Okay. Attractive. And so roomy. Right. Welcome home. Is that him? It has to be him. Hi, you must be Jordan, right? Jack Stern, it's a pleasure.
Did you have a pleasant flight?
Yeah, well, I don't really like flying, you know. But after 5 beers, it was all right.
Everything all right with the car?
Yeah, everything's fine, thanks. I've made myself at home in there. The thing with the steering wheel's a bit of a pain, but I'll manage.
I'd have thought driving on the left would be a lot easier after 5 beers.
Oh, yeah. Damn, you caught me. Where do I hand in my driving license?
To me, for example.
Hey, Jordan, come on now. I'm completely sober. You wouldn't make things difficult for a fellow policeman now, would you?
Like I said, Jack, your boss warned me about you.
Oh, boy. What did the old grouch come up with this time?
Oh, he thinks a lot of you. But he also said that you're not so hot on following the rules.
Nonsense. I love rules.
All the better. Because you're in Great Britain now, Jack. You'll respect the law here. All the laws, including the ones that concern driving under the influence. Is that clear?
Crystal clear. Okay, now tell me, what happened to the poor guy?
We don't know any more than what's in the report. Perhaps the post-mortem can tell us something, but the pathologist wasn't particularly optimistic.
Evidence secured?
And checked. All negative thus far. It would appear that he really did just fall down dead. Organ failure.
Did he take drugs?
Well, cocaine, uppers, sleeping pills, and he was an alcoholic, but no critical blood values. He went to the doctor regularly. The results were all in order.
Wow. Almost sounds as though the man was more afraid of flying than me, huh?
Indeed. But his consumption patterns are unfortunately not uncommon for a top-ranking politician.
I suppose I don't really need to ask if he had enemies.
It would be quicker to list his friends. You followed the coverage of the demonstrations over the G8 summit?
Sure.
Then you've seen a few 100,000 of his enemies. Our first thought was political murder, but we can't find a thing. No weapon, no injuries, no bacteria, no poison.
Did he have family?
Wife, ex-wife, 3 children, golden retriever, and a girlfriend, of course, his blonde assistant. She's going to inherit everything, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh. And how old is she?
22. Can't count to 5, but looks like Miss Universe.
We must be doing something wrong, Jordan.
At least we're still alive.
I'd like to have a look around in there now.
Of course. I've already informed the officers. You have access to the office at any time. Your colleagues from France have also been here, by the way. Took off again yesterday.
Are you coming in with me?
Sorry, I've got too much to do. We're putting a special commission together. You've got my mobile number, so if you find anything...
You'll be the first to know.
That's right. So, speak to you soon.
Okay, off we go. Look at this. Henston's organizer. I call it shortening the chain of command. Minister Henston's organizer. Gotta do a bit of research on these entries. Let's see. Shortly before his death, Mr. Henston went out for a meal with a certain Nancy Jenkins. And then on the following day, again with a Laureen Myers. Then he had a meeting with a company called Art Trans in his office. Yep, not much gets left behind. Not even of the high and mighty. An old trooper. A regular wife of Dracula. Well, it's a piece of something. I ought to take a closer look around here. Alibi service? The good minister was very organized. specialist art shipper. Strange.
Art Trans Limited, Jeff Travis speaking.
Hi, Mr. Travis. Jack Stern here from the International Police. I have a question about one of your customers, James Henston.
Oh, yes. The minister. He just died, didn't he?
That's right. There's a note in his diary suggesting he had an appointment with you the day before his death.
One moment. Let me just check. Yes, that's right. His ministry had loaned out a picture for a special exhibition in the London Modern. We brought it back on that day. To his office, if I'm not mistaken.
Uh-huh. Which picture was it?
The Portrait of Cecil Rhodes by William James Thurber.
How many people did you send?
2, like always.
What are their names?
I can't tell you exactly. I haven't received all of the papers yet. They're still in the post. But you could ask at the museum. Our people have to sign transport documents there.
Okay, I'll do that. Thanks for now. Goodbye.
Myers?
Hi, Mrs. Myers. This is Jack Stern from the International Police.
International Police? Well, I never. So word of mouth does work.
What do you mean?
Wait a minute. What's this about, please?
I have a few questions about the death of James Henston.
Oh, I see, yes. That was a terrible thing. I was out for a meal with him just the day before he died.
That's exactly why I'm calling. What was the purpose of your date?
Business. Contract extension.
Mr. Henston was a customer of your service?
For many years. He had a bit of a difficult marriage.
I can imagine. So you supplied him with the fitting alibis for his marital difficulties?
Exactly. Have you got a problem with that?
Not at all. Did Mr. Henston have any other difficulties, apart from his marriage?
Well, with a job like his, you always have a lot of difficulties. He traveled a lot, and not all of his destinations were meant to be public knowledge.
Did you always know where he was going when he needed an alibi?
No. We don't ask our customers questions. We give them answers.
Where were you when Mr. Henston died?
You're asking for my alibi?
I'm quite sure you have one.
I've got 20.
One's enough for me.
I was working out a contract with a high-ranking American policeman. International Police. Would you like to know his name?
Perhaps I better not.
I thought not.
Good. Well, thanks a lot for now.
Nothing at all, Mr. Stern. And, if you ever need an alibi...
I know. Have a nice day. First of all, I need to get these people's phone numbers. Interesting. Must be him, Cecil Rhodes. I'll see what else I can find out on Ryzoom. I know this old guy from somewhere. Colonial politician, I think. Okay, before I call Bellico, let's just see what Ryzoom knows about Henston. I wouldn't know what to look for. That could be it. A model then, huh?
Nancy Jenkins.
Hello, Mrs. Jenkins. This is Jack Stern from the International Police. I'd like to ask you a few questions. Do you have a moment for me?
International who?
International Police. I'm investigating the death of the minister James Henston. I assume you've heard about that.
Well, I never. So he's dead, is he?
You don't know anything about it.
Listen, Mr. International Thingamajig.
My name is Stern.
James Henston was a purebred sod and didn't deserve any better. I hope it was a slow and painful death.
Oh, we're still working that out.
Do you have to cut him up into little pieces for that?
Oh, well, I think something like that will be done.
Good. Very good. If you need any help with that.
You didn't like Mr. Henston very much? Why'd you go to dinner with him then?
Because he paid for it. It's my job. Escort service, you see.
Why do you have such a bad opinion of him?
He was a pig. Don't you want to ask me if I killed him?
No, I don't think so. I'm sorry if I put you in an awkward position.
Not at all. It was a pleasure.
Yeah. Good. So then, thank you very much for now. G8 Summit. That was sure something. Wasn't that in D.C.? It all went off. National Guard and everything. I'll take a closer look at it on the web.